and welcome to the Elevate Summit series here at Stories from the River. We're about to bring on Manny Rodrigues, Chief Operating Officer of Broad River Retail.
Welcome to Stories from the River, a show in which we go behind the scenes at Broad River Retail.
Manny, welcome back to the pod.
Thanks for having me back. Excited to be with you today.
I think it's between you and Heather Greenwood as to who's been on the pod the most as a guest.
It is. It's something that we take great pride in.
Yeah. Of course, if you went to who's actually hosted and been on, you'd be up there because you did do the great job with the Founder Scholarship Fund series.
It was a fun summer. I see we have some new surroundings here. This is quite the setup you got here.
Yeah, you know the story behind this quilt, right?
I think I do, but feel free to share it. It's amazing.
Renee Bradley took all the T-shirts over her 10-year career for her 10-year anniversary and got someone who makes these quilts out of T-shirt designs and designed this custom quilt for us.
That's super thoughtful.
Yeah.
Very, very thoughtful. I love it. It's beautiful.
Tells a story, doesn't it?
Sure does.
Furnishing life's best memories over 10 years. Of course, remember on her Orange Crush tour at the lake where she did the walk down memory lane? That was a cool event. Okay, but Manny, we're here in Concord, North Carolina at the Embassy Suites Convention Center and Hotel. Why are we here?
It's a great question. Well, we're here to celebrate. We always love to come together to celebrate our people, to get our folks excited about what's happening at Broad River. And so really, like anything, it came about via a conversation. We were together doing a quarterly review with one of our great partners in TSI, Tempur-pedic, Tempur Sealy. And we started thinking through what helped the momentum that was gained in Memorial Day in May. And we said, well, you know what? We had a great sleep summit. Our sleep summit is really carefully planned out, thoughtfully planned out, and it's really a launching pad for us. It launches us into a really important month in retail, which is May. And we knock it out of the park. So we then said, well, that's a great blueprint. Our Super Bowl month in retail is November. And what if we had an event that launched us into a really impactful and courageous month? And so that's how we started to discuss a very collaborative effort to be here today in Concord, North Carolina for our Elevate Summit.
Yeah, the Elevate Summit. So born out of the legacy of the Sleep Summit. And it's great that we have these markers in the year where we know when sales are going to rise or we can expect, like these Moneyball months. There's a lot of intentionality behind a Moneyball month. And so March, May, September, and November, we've talked about that on the pod. And May being the Super Bowl month of the second quarter. And oh, by the way, to kick it off, the catalyst is the Sleep Summit. And then we see, like you said, our sleep sales soar and elevate and take off. And so, hey, I don't know why we hadn't thought about it sooner. And we said, hey, can we get everyone together again? And it's not like inexpensive to do that, right? We're bringing 360 retail memory makers, travel, take a day to say, let's invest in ourselves. Let's have something to talk about first. And in late April, early May, it's usually a new line that we're launching with our sleep vendors. And so what can we talk about? Well, there's always stuff to talk about, right? And so, what are some of the things that you're excited that we're learning about today?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. Well, I think it starts with vision, right? Vision for how do we win the month? In order for us to gain the momentum, we have to start with a good, clear vision, and for all of our memory makers to be aligned to that vision. And so today we get to hear from some of our great partners. We get to hear of why financing is so important. So TD, a great partner of ours, is going to talk through some of those benefits. We go into just understanding how important financing is during these promotional events. But then we're not going to stop there. We're going to go into some product knowledge, hearing from Tempur-pedic, Tempur Sealy about some of the new benefits and features, because it's so important in having really good, healthy sleep. But then we're going to take it up a step and we're going to leave here later today, and we're going to head up to our newest location in Salisbury, North Carolina, to look at this new 7.0 location, where we're going to do some more product testing and more product knowledge, testing our memory makers on, hey, did you know this about this amazing motion group? Did you know this about this new exclusive introduction that is now on our floors? So we have a team ready there in Salisbury that's going to walk them through several workshops, really getting them game ready and building on the momentum for us to go execute a really strong month in November.
Manny, is there any magic to the serendipity of coming together and bringing like 120 memory makers at retail from all of our locations, all of our 31 locations across 3 states together for a single day to spend together?
Your Honor, leading the witness. Yes, there is, Charlie. It's what makes retail fun. Like when we get to come together, when we get to do this and come together. I know it's not easy. It's not. Our memory maker experience team does an amazing job in conjunction with retail and all the corporate departments to kind of pull everyone together, and with our partners. But when we do, we see the best. We see the best of Broad River, the best of what we can do together when we collaborate, when we ask really good questions, the curiosity comes out. And that's really the momentum, the joy, energy that helps us kind of go execute on these big months.
Yeah, it's almost like we're like the right type of size, right? Because everyone is still far enough where they can still close enough where they can drive in if they're from out of town, maybe 2, 3, 3.5 hours at the most drive. So you can, it can still be a day trip for you. And, but we're, we have enough scale where we can really have a great human capital team, learning and development, memory maker experience, who can kind of put this together at a great venue like this. Like if you just had one store, it'd be tougher to kind of have the scale. So having 31 stores, but all within a kind of a close proximity, you can still bring everyone in together. So it is something we should appreciate where we are in this moment of time. And to bring everyone together, I think it's just, you never know from the serendipitous connections. We're in $1 million memory making season, right? So this, like every day, every week, someone else is crossing the $1 million mark, which really dovetails nicely with November. We're going to have some records broken in November. In November, we're already going to pay. It's already our biggest bonus month of the year. We have people going after their annual goals, the Moneyball goals. It's our biggest retail month. You have 2 holidays, which holidays are great for us. You've got Black Friday, obviously, and Thanksgiving and that whole weekend, but you also have Veterans Day. And so it's a great 5-week Moneyball month for us, even though we're closed on Thanksgiving. Those 34 days that we're open are super powerful. But then we're going to front load it with the last 5 days of fiscal October. So it'll be a 40-day climb to the top, if you will. So, and we're juicing that up with extra incentives, extra bonuses this year. I mean, what do you think that's going to do to really motivate our teams to go set some records over these next 40 days on the heels of the Elevate Summit?
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. I think that a lot of our memory makers, I heard this yesterday from several of them, that they came in and after going through the day and learning more about kind of what we have going on and learning about the Elevate kind of march forward, they re-upped, they recommitted. I think this is a great opportunity for them to recommit on what their personal goals were at the beginning of the year. Okay, well maybe you're not quite where you need to be. It's not too late. It's not too late. And so we have several folks that say, hey, you know what? I am going to go hit that $1 million. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go hit that 1.2 million because I know what it's worth. And I know that I can do it in this really important, impactful month of November. And we have a lot of GMs, a lot of retail performance leaders that are again having those same conversations with their regionals about what's it going to take? What's the gap? What's it going to take for me to go finish the year really, really strong? It is not too late.
Yeah, I think it's something. There is a little bit of an exponential difference of seeing it in person and being challenged in person than saying, "Oh, it's not too late," and I see it through a Zoom screen or video screen or a telephone call. It's like, no, let me come here where everyone is, where the magic is, and where the action is, and there's a little bit more internal combustion or a fire that kind of gets lit. Now, there's also another T-shirt that's going to come out of this, right? I've already seen it's another color, Tad. It's a purple T-shirt that will get added for the 40-day climb to the top challenge. So the Salisbury visit. Now, I got some interesting feedback. Stacy would tell you it's the most beautiful store he's ever seen in furniture, and he's been around a long time, seen a lot of beautiful stores. I already got some feedback saying, "Hey, when can my store get like this? So there is a little bit of a risk in showing everyone the latest and the greatest and the elevated standard. However, there's an accountability. Like we do want all of our stores to be the latest and the greatest. So what are you expecting or what are you bracing for with regards to everyone going to go see Salisbury? I know you're proud to show that store off.
We are, yeah. I mean, that store is a beautiful store and it took a lot to come together. But, it's a good problem to have. It's a good problem to have pressure is a privilege, and we are excited about what we've learned in Salisbury, and how we're going to take those learnings and create very similar environments and experiences at all of our locations and new locations down the line. So Salisbury has given us a blueprint that we can go replicate. We have a team that's really, really good at executing and going and taking that, and it's already happening. We have several stores that are under production with the same 7.0 structure. So I want them all to see it, because that's, the excitement in Salisbury. It's really, really inspiring, and I want that to translate and come back to their local Ashley location.
That's fantastic. Manny, thanks so much for taking a few minutes with us here at the Elevate Summit in Concord. I'm going to let you get back to it.
Thank you, Charlie.
And now let's welcome Lisa McLachlan, Senior Key Account Manager for Tempur Sealy International. Lisa has helped us put on the Elevate Summit, and TSI is one of our primary partners here. Let's talk about these Pro Smart bases and some of the new gear that TSI is launching. Lisa, welcome to the pod.
Thank you for having me. I'm honored.
I may have heard that you actually do listen to our podcast.
I do. I listen to them when I'm on the treadmill or in the car. It's great.
I love it. Well, I'm so glad to have you on as a guest. You've been an awesome partner for us. You've been on our account for a little bit over a year now.
Just over a year, yeah.
Now, you're with Tempur Sealy, one of our great partners in the sleep area. We've been TSI dominant since I think 2008 or 9. So for 14 or 15 years now. And you've been with TSI for how long?
About 9 years.
Okay, wow.
Yeah, 9 years.
And who else have you worked? What other accounts have you worked on before you came to Broad River?
So I started actually calling on our friend's map firm, which used to be Sealy up north, up in the New York and Vermont area. And then after our divorce, the mattress firm divorce, went down to Florida for a few years, called on Hudson's Furniture, Bed Pros, and then I came up to Broad River about a year and a half ago.
And you moved here from Jacksonville, Florida, right?
I was in Florida for a few years. Prior to that, I was up in central New York, Albany, New York area.
And you live in Atlanta now?
I do, just outside of Atlanta.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for making the trip here. And we're here for the Elevate Summit. Now, I'd love to talk about how this came about. We always do an annual sleep summit, right? And we bring out the new gear from TSI, the new line, whether it's a new Tempur-pedic line or Stearns line or a Sealy line, right? And we have different or new bases. And that's always been great success for us, like in early May, and then cascades into we see the sales really take off in the rest of the second quarter, especially in May afterwards. And so we were doing a quarterly business review offsite. You pulled us together. We had a half-day breakfast, I think, with some of your teammates at TSI and reviewing the numbers. And we were talking about kind of how can we recreate this magic? Do you remember that conversation?
I do, because we were going through the phenomenal results after the summit, after the Memorial Day holiday. Your power base attachment rates had 3 times improved over the prior year. Wow. So we definitely saw the enthusiasm and the energy following that summit. And somebody brought up, I think it was you, said, let's have a small one, going into November. It's a great idea.
Yeah. Someone may have mentioned it, I think, and others kind of took it and didn't
ran with it. They ran with it.
Yeah. So we said, okay, well, what can we do? When's the right time to do it? And we said, we just found these 3 days here in late October, and this is day 2 of the summit that we're recording this podcast. And then we've said, okay, let's go make it a contest, that not just incorporates our fiscal November, which is a 5-week month for us, but also the tail end of October. So it's actually, we're going to launch a contest at the end of this called our 40-day climb to the top. And that's what Elevate, climb to the top. And we're going to go try to shatter some records for the next 40 days, which we need it.
Absolutely.
Finish this year strong. We got a lot of people trying to hit their annual bonuses, their monthly bonuses, and the goals that they set out for themselves. And I know you've got big goals for us for the account as well. So
absolutely. Big challenge.
That's right. And you just helped us set up our Salisbury store. You were in there kind of helping us get the beautiful sleep shop.
Gorgeous, yeah.
And we're taking them on the road for this event. So, and part of the Salisbury in person, there's some interactivity in the sleep gallery. What takes place? Let's talk about what takes place in the sleep gallery when they go up to Salisbury after lunch, and then we'll get back into what we do here today with the presentation this morning.
Sure. So we're busing them up to Salisbury. They're going to see the beautiful mattress gallery that we've set up there, and they're going to go through the sleep process. And we made a little tweak to the sales process because the Pro Smart base is so amazing and has so many features and benefits that it gives, as we explain it to the guests as they're laying on the Tempur-pedic, it gives the Tempur-pedic mattress time to adapt. So starting with the base and then talking about the mattress, it really will help improve that sales process.
That's a really important distinction. So it used to be, I think step one was the pillow fitting.
The pillow still first,
and it was
then the mattress.
Yeah, it used to be the mattress, and then the power base or the base, and we're flipping that. That's a sea change into our sleep process. We've not changed that, and it seems subtle, but it's like, we're such a process-driven organization. Follow the process, and this one just is proven. It will it'll elevate our attachment ratios, and it's a win-win-win. It's great for the guest. It's great for the HFC, and it's great for the company. So, and it's great for our partners at TSI. So everybody wins.
It's a win-win-win.
Yeah, because like TSI, Tempur-Pedic's won all the JD Power and Associates like top rankings, and customer satisfaction really goes up with a power base. Like, what are some of the features and benefits that you think are super critical to the Tempur-Pedic power bases that you're talking about today?
So the ProSmart base has a ton of features. A lot of the popular ones are the lumbar support and the automatic snore. So if your partner snores, you don't have to wake up. It will automatically adjust to help them stop snoring. The soundscape mode has been huge. That's where you can actually hook up a device, a TV. You can watch a movie, listen to a song, and the massage will go with the sound waves.
Oh, that's cool.
It creates a relaxation experience, and that's just a couple of the many features.
Yeah, this snore thing, but it doesn't startle you. It just kind of
subtly brings you up, or you can actually have it adjust so it vibrates a little, just to take you from that stop snoring.
I love that. And I love this relaxation zone where the massage can mimic the sound waves from your favorite music or
favorite
song.
Music, favorite show. You're watching Top Gun or Jurassic Park. You're really immersed in the whole experience.
I feel like I want to go lay on a power base right now on a Tempur-Pedic mattress.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right up to Salisbury. It'll get you very comfortable.
Let's do it. And so you guys are always stepping up to partner with us on these type of events. What do you see? What do you see and hear from our memory makers who are like listening in? And what are some of the questions that you get back from the crowd?
From the summit?
Yeah.
A lot of energy. They love the energy. It gets them really ready to go out and sell. And November, like you said, is a huge month for you guys. And we want to make sure that we're partnered with you and bring that energy, put it top of mind.
And you're not just here by yourself. You brought a whole team with you.
No one does it by themselves. I have an incredible team of door reps and Ashley department. John Shalino's with me. So we have to come together. We work as a team and we all contribute. So
I think there's like 7 or 8 TSI.
We've got 7 total.
Yeah, 7. Yeah. That's amazing. And so
it takes a team.
Takes a village. Well, there's a lot of folks to cover, and you guys bring the excitement, you bring the energy, you bring the great products, and you bring the great training and learning that goes along with it, which gives us the confidence to sell it and helps us be successful and helps us take care of our guests. And then you're always working behind the scenes to make sure that we're getting our inventory in time, getting our orders placed.
It all works together. It's just like a team. They're all parts of it, and you've got to make sure they're all working together.
We've been really blessed to have some through various transitions and whatnot, to have some great TSI account managers and people overseeing our account and account partners. And you're one of that legacy, that long history, and you've come in and done a stellar job. I know you've only been on the account for a year. We want to work well with our partners, and it's been a joy to work with you over the year, and looking forward to however long you're going to be on our account.
Hopefully for a while. And we TSI appreciates the partnership. Broad River is one of our favorite accounts.
Awesome. Anything else you'd like to say as we conclude?
No, just thank you for having us. We're really very grateful to be here.
Thanks for helping us elevate this year.
Oh, you're welcome.
Thanks for listening to Stories from the River. To check out more episodes, visit storiesfromtheriver.com. Join us again next week, and remember to like, rate, and subscribe to the podcast.